What's up, gamers? Welcome to the Two Schmoes Show. I'm your host, Miss Orion, and I'm selling out.
And I'm Kyril, and I'm also a gamer.
In this episode, brought to you by G Fuel. If G Fuel ever decided to sponsor us, yeah,
Real
NordVPN.
talk, though.
What?
G Fuel sponsorships are so cringy.
Really?
I don't think I cringe at anything more. Yeah, because even shit like Raid Shadow Legends might be predatory, but it's not actively hurting your body, you know? Especially when you're advertising to literal children.
What you don't understand, Kyril, is the G in G Fuel stands for gamer.
I'm aware.
And as an avid gamer myself, literally gaming right now as we speak, fucking playing chess on my phone, motherfucker decided he wanted to move his rook to A1. Ain't gonna let that happen. So, with the power of G Fuel, I am going to move my bishop over there and take his rook. And you know what? This big brain counterplay brought to you by G Fuel, ladies and gentlemen.
It's just the one thing that every 12-year-old audience needs is heart palpitations.
Yeah, dude. No.
That's how you get those twitchy reflexes.
G Fuel helps me every day aspire to be a grandmaster at chess. Talking about right now playing chess with my G Fuel, starting a new game against the AI. Going to move my pawn to D4. Shit, the AI did pawn to F5. I'm screwed. Thanks, G Fuel. So, how was everybody's week?
I don't know. Mixed bag.
Mixed bag?
My last couple of weeks have been a huge mess, but one of the parts of it is I had to miss a haircut appointment that I had, but I got a call today that someone else canceled, so I can meet up with them and get a haircut before I'm gone for a week.
Hey.
So that'll be good. My hair's getting to the point where it's long enough that it just doesn't want to stay anywhere, and it just gets all floppy. It's real annoying.
Have you tried styling with G Fuel?
It just sounds gritty and sticky.
That's the point, my dude.
We got some real news though.
Real news? Oh yeah, Donda dropped.
Oh yeah, I honestly forgot. I meant to listen to it. Let me pull it up here. Let me see if it's on YouTube.
You want the Sparks Notes version?
I saw some of your tweets.
Yeah. My opinions on that album have changed very rapidly in the span of 24 hours.
Okay.
What? You ready for this?
Yes.
Hot take, Donda is a good album, but it really needs to be cut down a few songs.
Yeah, is this 27?
Yes.
That is way too long. One of these is 11 minutes long.
That's actually one of the good ones.
What the hell?
If you just want to jam for a little bit with just background noise, that's a good song. It's not classic Kanye, but Donda is worth a listen. And then just picking out your favorites and then just sticking to those.
I've never been much of a Kanye fan. Not because I don't like what he does. I've just never really followed that whole genre in general. I don't really follow that much.
Because you're racist?
I prefer to say that I'm white.
Fair enough.
No, I mean, so for me, I grew up in a very rural area, and everybody I knew was, pretty much in the same situation as I am. So there's just a lot of country music. So in my formative years, I just never really got that kind of stuff. So I just never picked it up.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've been on a Kanye kick this last year, so this is kind of a perfect time for me.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the the Education trilogy, and then the week before Donda dropped, I was listening to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies. So I was kind of in the right mood for this. I think it partially being in the right mood for more Kanye in the year of our Lord 2021 helped me make those really positive tweets about Donda. But now that I've
Mm-hmm.
had time to chill out and listen to some new music on top of that, Donda's okay. It's a B.
I'm curious. What has been listened to the most? I'm gonna pick the most listened to one, and I'll listen to that.
Fair enough. If you want my recommendation, I think Jail is a really good track.
Looks like the title track is the most viewed on YouTube, at least.
Okay. Did you hear about like the listening parties for
2.2.
this?
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Well,
I'll say it's really pleasant to have a full album actually release as an album. I mean, that sounds kind of dumb, but it's true, you know? There's
yeah.
so much that gets released as singles first that eventually gets put together into a full album, but to have something come out that is front to back, entirely new stuff as just an album, and to have people talk about it as an album instead of just a single, it's kind of refreshing.
Oh, speaking of albums, the same day I listened to Donda, I also listened to Solar Powered by Lord.
Mm, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember I saw what was it the Twitter account for whether or not Lord has released an album.
Oh, yes.
Finally got to say that she did.
I will say Solar Powered is also an adequate album. I'm feeling a light B on that as well. Um,
hmm
I will say Solar Power is more consistent than Donda, but Donda has bigger heights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's also because between the two albums, Donda is willing to take more risk than Solar Powered.
Yeah.
And then I also listened to Kid A in the same day as well. And Kid A is half a really good album, half I just don't know what to think. Been listening to a lot of albums lately.
Radiohead?
Radiohead.
Okay. Yeah. Neat.
So, what else happened this last week?
Well, we had Hurricane.
Oh yeah, that
Not really
sucks.
us, but yeah. A couple people I know that are down in that area, all good as far as I've heard, thankfully. But it seems like there's a lot more done preemptively in this one to keep people safe, which is
Well, it's
good.
almost like we've gotten used to how bad these hurricanes have been getting,
hmm
which in itself is kind of tragic.
See what does AccuWeather say? Apparently, still some 1 million people without power. A person I was talking to is saying that their location isn't expected to get power back for what at least the next 3 weeks. So
Damn.
they're moving to somewhere because it's still hot as fuck. So they're moving to other areas that do have power, particularly for them going over towards Texas. But yeah, it is pretty bad.
Hmm. Let's see.
Death toll rises. What is the current death toll though?
You really want to know?
I'm just curious. I mean, like they're saying it's rising, but they're not saying what it is. That just seems like kind of disingenuous.
Very true.
Uh, oh, National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for southern Louisiana and Mississippi. That is very unfortunate.
This is why I don't like living in the South.
hmm Damage left is a far cry from Hurricane Katrina. Excuse me. CNN headline is The levees held, the power grid did not. Which seems fair.
Yeah. Uh, please survive, everybody. That's all I ask.
Yeah. I guess that it's a good thing that um they're not talking about like there's not some big mind-blowing number of fatalities because they're not even really mentioning it, which is kind of a good sign. It's early, of course, but
It
the
also
fact
might,
that that's not a headline is a good thing.
well, it may not be profitable to remind people about death in the South when literally COVID is like at an all-time high there.
No, death is always profitable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, that's a good thing, though. You know, I mean, if they're not talking about it, it means that it isn't there
Very
for the
true.
most part,
For
or
the
at
most
least they
part.
don't know about it yet. Cool, 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 cool. Apparently, there's also fires again out in the west.
Isn't there always fires?
Was it Lake Tahoe? Lake Tahoe. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there is. But these are resulting in pretty major evacuations.
Drat.
Caldor fire already burned more than 191,000 acres with 16% under control.
Oof.
Five injured, 700 properties damaged or destroyed, according to authorities. No fatalities, though, so that's good. Staying on top of it. Currently one of 7 fires active in California.
Oh, only just one of 7.
Yeah, only one of 7. And one of them's only the second largest in California history.
Oh, darn. You know, I'm pretty glad we live in Michigan where we don't have to deal with this kind of stuff often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is one of the, I don't know, the Great Lakes do act as a pretty major buffer for anything getting too severe.
Yeah. And, you know, people generally wouldn't attack the Michigan because we have a lot of the fresh water supply in the world.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty good here. Pretty good advantage.
Yeah. Pretty decent.
Got Bob Seger playing halfway, like on the radio at all times.
So I don't remember if we talked about it or not, but we got a pretty big trailer drop.
Oh, yeah, we did? Question
Oh,
mark?
yeah, we did. Of course we did.
Uh-oh.
Spoderman.
Spoderman. No Way Home.
Yeah. The official trailer, at least.
I'm sorry, I just came up with the stupidest, like, 7-year-old joke in my head. Hear me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Spider-Man buddy cop movie between Spider-Man and some other young superhero. Let's just say Miles Morales because he's in popular conscience.
Sure.
And they do it like Top Gun style where it's very homoerotic, and they call it Spider-Man No Homo.
Speaking of, didn't we just get, when did the Top Gun trailer come out?
That's kind of what inspired me.
Oh, I guess we've had it for a while. The new Top Gun trailer pushed on me recently.
Oof.
I'm interested in it. I'll definitely see it when it comes out. Top Gun, the original Top Gun, is a very decent movie, and
Yep.
Tom Cruise, for as weird as he is still a pretty damn good actor.
He is.
So, yeah, see how it goes.
So, Spooderman, No Way Home.
Yeah,
He
we
gets-
got the official trailer. And
It looks better
of
than
its-
the leak,
no, you don't say.
I do say.
Yeah, it's I would go so far as to say that it's actually watchable.
Wow.
As it wasn't before.
I will say I like Doctor Strange in it. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange is always such a welcome addition to any of these movies that he just shows up and I'm happy.
Yeah, it seems, I don't know. It seems fine. I'm going back and forth on like the sort of inciting incident that they're showing in the trailer.
Oh,
Whether it makes sense.
Peter screws up a spell.
More that Doctor Strange lets it get to that point in the first place. It feels, I mean, it is absolutely within his character
I was about
to
to.
do something like that.
This is a man that texts and drive to get where he is in life.
Yes. But I thought that the whole point was that he had kind of moved past that. Becoming the Sorcerer Supreme.
I think he's still pretty reckless in general,
Yeah.
but it's not like how do I put it?
Like, it makes sense.
It
It's
does-
just kind of like, oh yeah, we're being reminded that that is who he is, kind of.
I think of it more as a character flaw in him in just in general.
Sure, that makes sense.
Plus, also, you just survived like the biggest battle in the history of ever. You're probably going to be pretty cocky after that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he also single handedly kind of made sure that everybody could get saved in the end.
Hmm.
So I can see him being cocky. Uh
Visually, looks very cool.
oh yeah. The
I'm excited to see what they do with the the CGI stuff that they were showing off. Looks like they have some pretty clear ideas of what they're planning to do.
Are we going to address the octopus in the room?
We can. I
Doc
mean, we might
Ock
as
was
well.
in it.
It is very much in the trailer. We had very clear confirmation, blatant confirmation of Doc Ock, as well as Green Goblin. We had one of his little explodey boys.
And people are saying there's also hints of Electro, the Lizard, and
Yeah, I didn't catch those, but I would not be surprised if there are more subtle nods to it.
yeah. You see, what I was expecting when I first saw the trailer is this one focused on Raimi villains.
Mm-hmm.
I would love it if the next one focused on the Andrew Garfield villains.
That would be a pretty clean way of doing it.
It would be so clean.
But I don't. So I'm not sure if they're going to keep the multiverse storylines in general open for long enough to accommodate two whole Spider-Man movies doing it.
Yeah,
That'd be my concern.
I think they'll definitely do it. I mean, like,
Oh, I don't doubt that they'll do it. I would
yeah.
just be more. I would expect more that they'll try and get as much done in this movie as they can, and then go on to the next idea with the next movie.
My big caveat with this film so far is where do you go after this?
Mm-hmm.
This is like,
Well, in fairness, this is the third Spider-Man movie, so they might not go anywhere with Spider-Man after this. They'll switch it up and go somewhere else.
I mean, just like with Spider-Man movies in general,
Mm-hmm.
because let's face it, based off the record going on here, I don't think Tom Holland's gonna be the last Spider-Man ever.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
But I figure from this point on, they'll have to do some sort of either a soft reboot or a hard reboot to keep it fresh.
or they can just keep continuing. I don't know.
Yeah. Marvel seems to be reluctant to do that with the way they've treated their biggest characters. They're more keen on cycling out to new characters to keep the hype up,
Yeah,
let it make sure it doesn't get stale.
I think they'll probably do what they did with Peter, what they did with Tony Stark after his trilogy, where he just kind of cameos in a few different movies,
Yep.
which I'm all for.
Did you catch the black Spider-Man suit
Yes,
in the trailer? Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is another thing I'm going to give the Home trilogy. Like, I know it's popular to shit on those movies, but I do think they're genuinely good Spider-Man films because they actually tried to do something different each time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the sense that they've really gone out of their way to give Spider-Man more of a visual identity with him trading out new suits every movie, which
Yep.
I'm all for it. I love the experimentation of it.
Oh yeah, it's very effective, and
Yeah.
it definitely started with the Raimi trilogy, and the black suit, the Venom suit coming in to show that very clear visual change that
Yes.
went along with the personality changes, and the Marvel films taking that to like a sort of a new level of the differences in the types of tech and the sort of feeling that they want to go for is very welcome.
And the development of Peter's character,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
which gotta say it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see what actually, and it could very much be bait, having the black suited Spider-Man visually, like physically wise, appear to be Peter Parker again. That could be bait, and it could be someone else in the black Spider-Man suit, because I know that's been hinted at. But it would be interesting either way to see what leads to that point that suit comes into existing.
Also, I do want to point out a big question. Are Toby and Andrew, since the leaks are pretty much confirmed at this point, are they going to be in their original suits?
Given that Doc Ock seemed to be in his, I would assume so.
I wouldn't mind just like a little updates to them, but
Well, sure. I mean, I guess I would be curious how much of them are. I guess it's a question of how much of the suits are CGI, right?
Yeah.
If the original suits were just full costumes, and I think at least in the Raimi ones they were to a point, they would probably keep those as they were because they should age well, being a real prop rather than just CGI. CGI elements can, of course, be pretty easily brought up to date.
Yeah. I want this movie. I want it bad.
Yeah. But first, you have to sit through Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I can live with that.
It's actually doing really well. I'm
It
surprised.
is it?
Yeah. Comes out this weekend. Early previews are apparently, or early reviews are seemingly in. And it is already certified fresh, 92% of 132 reviews.
So where does that sit in the whole caveat of the Marvel movies?
Like timeline wise?
No, just like how it rates with everything else. Like, is it like where do the other ones review at?
Oh, Marvel V ratings, Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. All Marvel movies ranked by Tomato Meter. So that would put it solidly top 10 if it stays above 90%.
That's why I was
All of
thinking.
the top 10 right now are 90%.
Damn. I mean, go for it. I wanted a good Shang-Chi movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually something.
But I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of them that are actually like bad by current standards, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen bad movies, and I would not say the Marvel movies get anything close to like The Room bad.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely not. But I mean, like, even, Infinity War is 85%.
Really?
Yeah, right? I mean, I agree completely. It seems like if you tell me that Avengers Infinity War is rated exactly the same percent wise as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it's just like, what?
See, this is why I don't like
One
the
of those is
tomato meters.
right. One of those is clearly better than the other,
Yeah.
but they end up being rated the same.
I would go as far as to say Infinity War might be my favorite superhero movie of all time.
Putting in Infinity War together with Endgame, I would agree.
You see,
As like a whole package, I would say it's absolutely number one. Individually, I think that there are single movies that do better.
what would you say?
For me, I would probably put Spider-Man Homecoming, if not number one, then number two.
Yeah.
The only one that comes close to me is the Dark Knight Batman, the first one.
I will say the Dark Knight definitely deserves to be on that
it's
list.
like it is the way I think about it is that it is good enough that it transcends being a superhero movie to just being a good movie.
Yeah.
And that's not a common thing. Even like the best superhero movies are still very much superhero movies.
So there's this little thing I've been proposing in my head lately that their superhero origin movies should just stop existing.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I agree. And that was one of the things that I really liked about Homecoming is that it just skipped over all of that.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it. Just get to the actual superhero story.
Yeah. Like, if you spend a whole movie setting up just a character, and then we only get to see them in this final form of their character in the last, like, act, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sick of the origin movies. I want sequels.
Yep. I agree.
And bringing this back to Shang-Chi, I was worried as hell this movie would be the same formula origin story. And
I'll say that is one thing that I really like about the way, because Marvel movies still have clear start points for their characters,
yeah,
but they're treating them very differently than just a superhero start point. Spider-Man Homecoming, it clearly shows the development of Peter Parker from being neighborhood Spider-Man to I'm gonna have to step up and try to save literally the universe Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But it does it in the context of someone who is still a teenager sort of moving on to being an adult more traditionally rather than just in the context of a superhero movie.
Agree. I think
It seems very similar to me with Shang-Chi. I haven't seen it, of course, but with the way that they are presenting it and giving the descriptions, it's still a superhero movie. It still is going to have very typical character development like that, but it's not in the context of a superhero movie. It's in the conflicts of family contact or family conflict and tradition.
that's why I'm been excited for this movie, because I like the idea of making it more
Mhm.
personal, I guess.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does a really good job of grounding it and making it relatable.
Grounding, perfect, perfect. That's the word I wanted to use.
Hmm.
Grounded. Um, like, okay? This, do you have a favorite superhero origin movie, like the first ones? Like,
Superhero origin movie.
yeah,
I'm gonna pull up a list here. There's so many of them.
I know, but I think they're just a fundamentally flawed unless you can find some way to ground it in anything past the superheroics of it.
I would agree.
Like Iron Man, I would say is a good superhero movie, good
That's
superhero
true.
origin movie.
It is. And it does pretty strictly follow the sort of stereotypical superhero movie formula.
Yeah, and I kind of believe the thing that keeps it grounded is the fact that it stems off Tony Stark's flaws rather than him
Hmm.
just having powers thrusted upon him.
Yeah. It definitely keeps with him being a person first and overcoming that.
Yes. And I like I'm trying to think of the proper wording for what I'm trying to convey. Homecoming follows that a little bit better than most of them. But another one I really like, and I think this is pretty unpopular considering the Rotten Tomato score, but I've always really liked the Doctor Strange story origin.
I need to go back and rewatch Doctor Strange. It's been a long time since I did. Um I don't For me, I don't dislike the story that they're telling. And this is kind of like the point of it. I just don't like Doctor Strange's character before he becomes Doctor Strange, if that makes sense.
That's kind of the point, though.
Which is kind of the point. He's just such an unlikable dick.
Dude, he's worse in the comics.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh, yeah. There's a Doctor Strange story called The Oath. It's like considered one of the best Doctor Strange stories.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the oath is that it goes into him back as a surgeon, like back in his surgeon days, where he actually creates a villain without knowing
Mm-hmm.
it because of how much of a dick he is. And oh my god, it's kind of amazing to see like Strange as a villain build a villain in his own image, and then it kind of parallels. Like, this is what you could have been if you stayed this way.
Yeah, I'm skimming through the top movies. Oh yeah, so here's a really good example. Deadpool
Oh yeah,
completely skips over. I mean, it tells you the origin story, but it does it as like a 15-minute flashback almost.
I will say
And it
Deadpool
really speeds it up.
really took advantage of telling the story achronologically.
Yep.
That helps.
Did a great job with it because it just throws you right into the middle,
Yeah,
and then it lets that set the pace, and then it just keeps with it until the end.
that's a good example. Good example. 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
I
Good show.
definitely think for like proper origin story, The Dark Knight for me just still takes the cake. It's
Really.
just such a good movie. Yeah.
Hmm. Um, I liked First Avenger, Captain America's origin story.
Hmm. Yep.
Um, Thor didn't care for that much.
I would go. I don't know. It's hard to think about it in terms of like not is it a good movie or not versus is it a good origin story.
Yeah, well, okay. When I say
Trying to
it,
separate those.
yeah, because there's a lot of good stories that don't exactly make great movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Captain America First Avenger movie is okay.
Hmm.
The story's decent. I don't know. That's probably what I would have to say. because they keep it grounded in the whole World War II aspect.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
okay. You know what? I'll just say it right here. I think the key to doing a good superhero origin movie is keep it as grounded as possible.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you get Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Have you seen that movie?
I've heard plenty about it.
Oh, it's terrible.
Man, I feel like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen gets so much more shit than it deserves.
It does.
It's not a bad movie. It's silly, but it's not bad.
Well, I guess that brings up a question. Do you like where do you want your movie to sit? You know, do you want it to be silly or do you want it to be serious? And
No, I mean,
expectations.
I guess
Yeah.
for me, it if you're rating it based on how much of a a serious superhero movie is it, sure. It doesn't really take it. It takes itself more seriously than it is serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I still like it. It's got good actors. It has fun choreography for the action. Goes to neat places. 17%? That just seems low. Rotten Tomatoes is kind of chugging right now, so it's being very slow.
Oh.
I'm curious if do either of the Suicide Squad movies count as origin stories? Because I mean they technically are.
I
Well, I
would
mean
say
they're
they
kind of
count
not though.
like as team up movies.
Yeah, they're a bit different.
Yeah, they're built different.
New one's really, really good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
You see, my problem is I know how gory that movie is,
Yeah, it is.
and my girlfriend doesn't do gore.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Yep.
If you can, like, that is a big asterisk on it. Is that it does not pull any punches with any of its gore or graphic content. If you can get past that, it's really good and really fun. But it has quite a lot of it.
Hmm. Now I would ask what kind of Marvel superhero, I know what hero you want to see get put into an origin movie now, but I know you're not exactly a comics guy.
Yeah, not so much. Um, just thinking back, I I feel like there's still a big gap in the Marvel storylines in general between I'd like them to start filling in the gaps between World War II basically and present day. You know,
Didn't
there's
Falcon
a
and the Winter
big
Soldier
jump.
go into that a little bit?
It started to talk about things that, but it never really explored them. It was more just like, yes, stuff happened, and we're dealing with the consequences of that stuff happening, but we're not going to show you that stuff.
Lame.
I would be very interested to see that stuff happen, though,
Hmm.
particularly as it relates to, Vietnam War and the Korean War. Pretty major American conflicts, at least, that happen that kind of just get brushed over a bit in the Marvel world.
Did you know in the comics Venom there was symbiotes in Vietnam and they called it Venom.
And that's terrible.
It is, but I love it. I mean, you can't beat that title, Venom.
Mm-hmm. All right. Apparently, Jon Stewart is getting a new TV show on Apple TV Plus.
What are you doing?
It's called The Problem with Jon Stewart, and it is where'd it go? Offering articulate takes on the state of the world. Unlike The Daily Show, this version is a multiple season, single issue series with each season taking on a different topic.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Kind of thing I'll probably check out at least once and see how it is. I really like Jon Stewart just as an individual. He's a very honest person. So anything that he's willing to put his name on, I'm willing to take a look at least.
Fair enough. I would dare say he's an inspiration for the show.
Hmm. Was it you or did Nick share it? The teaser picture for an upcoming TV show? Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
yeah, that was me. The Cowboy Bebop
Yeah.
live action.
Yeah.
I am all over the place about it
Right?
because I think it has potential. I don't know why, but
Oh yeah.
I see potential.
From the few images that I've seen, I feel like they've pretty well captured the themes and the feeling of the show, but not hearing any of the actors say anything yet. I mean that's a big part of it, right?
I need to see a trailer. I really need to see a
I know.
trailer. The thing that I'm scared about and particularly invested is this is the same studio that's doing live action One Piece.
Mm.
So this is like me kind of getting like a taste of what can happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
John Cho. What's has he been in? Oh, it is. It's the Harold and is it really the Harold and Kumar guy?
really?
Yeah, John Cho is Harold.
Oh shit!
I thought he looked familiar. That makes a lot of sense.
I've never seen Harold and Kumar.
I haven't either, but I've seen like enough related to it. Yeah. Is that
What you got?
no, he must have some secondary. I'm just Googling all the different actors' names now.
Mm,
Figuring out, taking a look at their filmography, seeing what they've done. Visually, though, I do think that the actor and the actor's choices are fitting for the characters. That's something you can pretty easily go wrong with, but they haven't messed it up yet.
hmm. I will say I do like their choice in casting the corgi.
I haven't seen the corgi.
The corgi's
Who's
on there somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Yep, there he is.
Send me the lad?
Sending the lad. Because like, come on, casting a corgi is the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Here is your corgi. I do like the lighting of this show as well.
Oh yeah, okay. I've seen that picture, but it's always been cut in a lot closer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is in fact a corgi.
there's the corgi. Oh, did you hear that about Netflix already renewing Cobra Kai for the fifth season, even though the fourth is still in production?
Seriously?
Yeah.
I guess okay. I'm not surprised because it's done, fairly well, right?
Yeah.
But that seems a bit rash.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. There's, I guess if you're confident, right?
I mean, yeah,
Why not? You
I
must
like
like what
Cobra
they're
Kai.
saying. I haven't seen it. I don't have Netflix, so
Fair enough.
I'm a
Keep in
I'm a
mind,
scrub.
I'm the target demographic for it because I'm someone who idolized Karate Kid as a kid.
Hmm. Well, and a lot of people did. It was, more than just a popular movie. It was a formative movie for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Came out at the right time and made an impact on a lot of people. So it makes sense that they're sort of exploring not just what has happened since, but sort of the other side of it.
Yes. What else was I about to say? I do want a spin-off of the Karate Kid though, and it's going to be called the
Yeah,
Lithway Lad.
Lithway Lad.
Have you ever seen Lithway?
I have not.
Lithway is a type of boxing like in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, I'm sorry. Burmese boxing is the full
Yeah,
title.
Myanmar.
Yeah.
Yep.
And essentially it's like just doing these mm, mean moves on people, like headbutting, going right for the head, and just trying to beat the crap out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. The Lithway lad.
Great fun for the whole family.
Yeah, dude. I also just kind of want like what's the word I'm looking for? I want to see Cobra Kai just go full on like UFC and just have a whole bunch of different people with like mixed martial arts backgrounds just fighting these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like karate's cool and whatnot, everybody, but let's see some Brazilian jiu-jitsu
So
love.
that's the thing with karate, though, is that it's relatively tame and marketable.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have people bleeding from all of their orifices, generally speaking.
uh, have I ever shown you my favorite YouTube video?
No, no, not that relates to karate or anything like that.
It's the first UFC tournament,
Okay.
and it's just mesmerizing to me. It's from 1993. Three. It's about an hour long, and it's just like watching these people fight in these very rigid styles because MMA hadn't fully developed yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you have like these
Search
big
this up.
what?
I'm gonna search this up.
The first UFC tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love it. I go back to this video like pretty regularly. It is old as hell. But basically, no rules. This is real fighting. Like different styles competing against each other. I'm pretty sure there was a sumo in here somewhere. And I love seeing these big dudes just like beat up on each other. And spoiler alert, the small guy who does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie,
Mm-hmm.
Royce Gracie, he comes in and just murders these guys without throwing a single punch, and it's amazing to watch.
That reminds me a lot of like the early Magic the Gathering tournaments from the same era, where
Yeah.
it's just like this thing that we've seen evolve to something very refined and practiced. No one has any clue what they're doing, like
Yeah.
including the people running it. No one knows what the hell's going on.
Oh yeah, dude. Um just I love watching this the first UFC on YouTube just for the lulls of seeing these people just get destroyed by this tiny guy.
Mm-hmm. I'm loving these peak, clearly recorded on a VHS tape and re-uploaded to YouTube vibes.
Dude, isn't it aesthetic?
It is. It very much is.
The colors
Yeah,
are
that the
all
four by
faded.
yes. Everything's a little bit smeary. It's stuck in 4:3. Yeah.
Oh man, dude. The frame rate's like a good choppy 24.
What is this one? This video is apparently technically 480p. I don't believe it.
I love how you can see the like no definition on the muscles, but you know it's there.
Yeah.
Yes. This should honestly be rescaled and uploaded in HD, but
Yeah.
I will take the aesthetic vibes.
What was it that I was watching? I think I was watching an old Magic tournament where somebody did that, where they had a tape of one of these first World Championship Magic tournaments. They were just like, why can't I find this anywhere online? You know, fuck it. I'm just going to go get it properly produced and uploaded myself.
Fair
And they sent it
enough.
off somewhere and had them do it for them, and they uploaded it. And it is like ripped straight from 1996. Just with the way everyone's dressed. And it's wild.
It is purely this video of like the first UFC tournament that makes me want to learn martial arts. If you had to learn a martial arts, which one would you learn?
I don't really know enough of them to say. I'm just gonna say Krav Maga because that's one of the only ones I know.
Oh, fair enough.
And it's apparently a good one, from what I've heard, like third hand.
Are you sure you don't want to learn some Tai Chi?
I don't really know what it involves.
Standing yoga, dude.
Oh hell yeah.
It's
Stretch
basic.
those muscles.
It's basically shadow boxing. I'm pretty sure I've shown you this video. I'm almost certain I've shown you this video. Like of an MMA fighter fighting a Tai Chi master.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I meme on Tai Chi a lot. Watching people beat the shit out of each other is my favorite pastime.
What is the one that Steven Seagal does? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I do not.
John Tron did a video on Steven Seagal talking about him. There we go. What is it called? It's some like fake fighting kind of thing.
Oh no.
Where is it? Is it at the end?
Seagal was born in Lansing.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
One of us. One of us. Question mark. He knows Aikido, which respect. Seagal is also a guitarist. Having
So
released.
here's. Let me see if I can share this with the timestamp.
Oh no.
This is the bit from the John Tron one
Okay.
where he's doing Aikido, but it's very clearly fake.
Oh no.
I'd be
Where
careful if I were
people
you.
go up
That's
to him to
dangerous.
fight him, and he just like touches them, and they collapse in dramatic
Oh,
fashion.
dude. I wish I was this powerful.
It's like comedic how obvious it is.
Dude, these Steven Seagal like album covers. Would you like to see one?
Sure.
Too late. Already sent
I'm
it.
sure they're great. Oh yeah. Oh wow, what is this? 50 by 50?
Yeah.
It's tight. I thought it was just like zoomed in. No, that's just the actual size of it.
I'm taking these from the his
Songs from the
Wikipedia.
Crystal Cave.
Mojo
Steven
Priest.
Seagal in Thunderbox.
Yes.
Thunderbox. What is Thunderbox? So if you Google Thunderbox, the first thing that comes up for me is something called the Thunderbox Outback Toilet. A folding portable Outback toilet ideal for camping, hunting, overlanding, or any outdoor activity off the beaten path.
Oh my gosh. However, the review for this album are often credited as being enduring in its own way and presents the listener with a good vibes experience.
Good vibes.
Only good vibes here, man. I've got to listen to this. I got a bad feeling about this.
Mojo Priest came out in 2006?
What?
No way.
That would explain the graphic design is my passion album cover.
Maybe this is wrong.
No, the previous one came out in 2005. He made a legit attempt at an artist career.
I mean, these albums look like something I would expect from 1960 when no one knew what the hell an album cover was supposed to look like.
Okay, I'm going to listen to this. Real guitarist reacts to Steven Seagal guitar. Get ready for this.
So, like, initial impressions here from Mojo Priest is
Yeah.
that the guitar's actually not bad,
Okay.
but his singing is awful.
I'm on Girl, It's All Right, Songs from the Crystal Cave.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he's had 2 years experience at this point. I mean, it's not... I've heard far worse, you know?
What the hell am I listening to? One of the songs is called Alligator Ass.
your ass. Someone has to have timestamped this. Oh, comments are turned off. Why even
You
bother?
coward.
And there's no way to tell what starts where. This is awful. They uploaded it in 4:3. They're really going for a this is older than it actually is kind of thing here.
Boomer nostalgia is a very powerful thing, Kyril.
Apparently.
I don't. Life is too short to listen to this stuff. That's my review. I've heard a million people play that way. The style can be described as outsider country meets world music meets Aikido.
You can't describe music as Aikido.
I mean, depends.
No, you can't.
Oh my god, dude. Stevie Wonder's on one of his albums.
Steve.
Which one is Stevie Wonder on? It doesn't say. No. He's on harmonica on one song.
Oh, okay, so listening, I'm on the second song now of this one. And
Okay.
I would never go out of my way to listen to any of this.
Yeah.
But the actual, like, instrument performances are at the very least competent.
You'd be
It's
surprised what
just
Pro
Steven
Tools can
Seagal
do.
singing is terrible.
That was Steven Seagal singing?
In this one, apparently.
Oh, God.
I
No.
assume it's him singing. It sounds okay. So I'll put it this way: it sounds like Steven Seagal singing, and that's not a good thing.
Oh, no. I love it, like, when these actors who get, like, big roles, like, as these big macho tough guys, as they get older, have to try going into different fields to assert their toughness.
What was the other one? Songs from the Crystal Cave.
Yes, that's what I listen to. I love how what?
I don't know. It's not bad. It's just painfully unremarkable, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I take it back. I clicked in a bit farther. Some of this is bad.
I love how there's a whole section on his Wikipedia page to allegations and lawsuits.
I'm curious while I'm thinking of it.
He was awarded a PETA Humanitarian Award.
See if I can find some of Russell Crowe's old music. Because he was in a band and was moderately successful.
On May 30th, 2021, the pro-Kremlin party, A Just Russia, Patriots for the Truth, announced Segal had received an official membership card to the party.
Huh.
In a March 2014 interview with, I can't pronounce that because I'm not Russian, Segal described Vladimir Putin as one of the greatest living world leaders. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to send you this one. I'm curious for your thoughts. This is not perfect, but it's way better.
What is this?
It's an actual live performance.
Oh, Russell Crowe was in Les Mis. I can believe he can actually sing.
Yeah. Well, he does guitar as well in this.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I can trust Russell Crowe more than I can trust Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
God. What's Steven Seagal doing nowadays?
I would highly recommend watching the JonTron video I linked.
Yeah.
because he goes through some of the batshit things Steven Seagal has been doing lately,
Why is
and
he
it's
in?
all weird.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like he's still making movies, but like his personal life is just bizarre.
Is he just going like the Bruce Willis route?
It's like even weirder. He was apparently invited to which one was it? He met with Putin at some point.
Why is this man hanging out with Putin so often?
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Realistically speaking, I know I shouldn't say this on a very public platform, but Putin does scare the crap out of me.
Hmm? Oh yeah. Putin's one of those. He's one of the few. What is it? He's like one of the few like actual politicians who I genuinely believe could kill me in
Yeah,
like bare hand to hand combat.
yeah. Well, isn't like Putin like a Putin like
Yeah,
wrote a couple
he's
books
ex
on martial
KGB.
arts. Yeah,
He's ex KGB. He well, no, he's not ex KGB. He was one of the chief members of the KGB because he was in their secret service that they had before. I can't remember what it was called, but like he's been around a while.
Putin is legitimately one of those people who actually is a world leader.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the affairs of the world, Putin has had more time in the spotlight and knowing what's actually going on than some people do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what's his books? I forgot what his books are. Vladimir Putin, life coach.
Do you want to be like Putin?
Yo, I would kill to have his influence. Oh, no, this isn't by Putin. It's a guy who is wanting people to be like Putin.
Yeah.
This cover is terribly photoshopped. Have you seen this book?
No, I haven't.
Look at this book. This book makes me fear.
It's clearly photoshopped.
I love
Is
how
this like a real thing or is this a parody?
I don't know.
By the best-selling author of The Beautiful Poetry of Donald Trump. I'm gonna guess it's parody.
I don't know, man. Vladdy Putin, you never know.
What can the rise and reign of this century's most feared politician tell us about life, work, and love? Rob Sears shows how the machinations that enabled Putin to dominate the Kremlin and undermine the United States could also help you take control of your mundane life. How would you like to ruin your enemies by sharing compromising material about that time they didn't wash their hands? Or annex territory by claiming the office supplies closet at your work as your personal empire? Up for hack democracy at the Parent Teacher Association to ensure you're a shoo-in for social secretary, or serving up a cold dish called revenge in a fancy restaurant, filled with stories from Putin's extraordinary time and power and ideas and illustrations to help you emulate him on a small scale. Vladimir Putin Life Coach is the ultimate guide to releasing the pseudo-elected judo black belt 5D chess playing autocrat inside each and every one of us.
Okay, never mind. I need this book.
What is this other one? The Beautiful Poetry of Donald Trump. I'm just going to read through this.
Go ahead.
What if there's a hidden dimension to Donald Trump, a sensitive, poetic side? Driven by this question, Rob Sears began combining Trump's words for signs of poetry. What he found was a revelation. By simply taking the 45th President of the United States' tweets and transcripts, cutting them up and reordering them, Sears unearthed a trove of beautiful verse that was just waiting to be discovered. This groundbreaking collection gives readers a glimpse of Trump's innermost thoughts and feelings on everything from the nature of truth to what he hates about Lord Sugar. and it will reveal a hitherto hidden Donald who may surprise and delight both students and critics alike. Now, with 15 all new poems as we lurch deeper into the Trump presidency, this timely publication also includes Sears' scholarly footnotes and introduction, in which he excavates new critical angles and insights into the president's poetry, which the casual reader might initially overlook.
This author's energy scares me. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared.
What all else? I'm curious what else he's done. He has to have more than just these two. He either has more than just these two, or this is a pseudonym. No, he has more.
I was about to say, this is. I can believe it's a pseudonym.
Choose Your Own Apocalypse with King Jong-un and friends. I'm almost certain this must be some sort of a pseudonym, because most of his 4 of his 8 listings are related to the 2 books we just covered, and then 2 of the other 4 are Choose Your Own Apocalypse and then Choose Your Own Apocalypse in an alternate language.
Oh no.
Seems like the dude's a good writer, though, so give him credit.
If he wrote those introductions or like those little paragraphs that you just read, I can believe it. Pure mastery and pose right there. By the way, I was right. Vladimir does have a book about judo.
That's old enough that I actually would believe it's probably legit.
Yeah.
Like, that's old enough that that's not like a political stunt kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure it is like real, because it's selling on Amazon for about like $300 each.
Presumably it's in Russian, I would guess. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, what I'm seeing is it's got an English translation.
Huh.
Just Putin flexing on the Americans again.
Seeing the words author Vladimir Putin is very strange.
Isn't it?
The top Google review is absolutely loved it. What an amazing read. It's almost as if I were being forced to read it at gunpoint, as I couldn't stop reading it. I never knew judo was this interesting. Absolutely would recommend it if you haven't read it already. All my neighbors have read it. My grandmother has read it. My cat has read it, and we all love it.
Oh my God, yes.
So good, it inspired me to do martial arts. I love Vladimir Putin.
Unfortunately, the Amazon reviews aren't that funny.
Oh, tragic.
Yeah, this is like real judo talk.
Wow, almost a quarter of it is available on Google.
Really?
Yeah.
Leave it to Vladimir Putin to give away like.
Oh wait, this is 2004. This must be a reproduction.
Yeah.
There's no way it's that new.
It's not.
Is there the introduction? Interesting. So this is an introduction written by Kiko Fukada, 9th Dan, United States Judo Federation from San Francisco.
Okay.
I'm very happy to see this wonderful book by Vladimir Putin, Vasily Shestkov, and Alexei Novitsky. It is rare and very inspiring that a head of state would make such an investment of time to write a book like this. It is a fine gift to the judokas of the world, as well as those of Russia. The history of judo is very important in research and recording many experiences, blah, blah, blah. Interesting. I mean, it seems like it's legit. Kiko Fukada, who are you? Are you a Russian mole?
like how Russian trolls...
No, Japanese American martial artist.
Oh,
it's a woman. I would not have. I mean, that's one of the things that catches me up with surnames, is that I would not have guessed that.
Yeah. You know how Russian trolls just infiltrate Facebook?
Now, no more 9th Dan, 10th Dan.
Hey!
Good job, Kiko.
You go.
Oh, wow. She's 99. Oh, she died in 2013. 99, though. That's impressive.
When do you think you start getting to like the impressive lifespan range?
I'm going to say past. If you hit 90, I think you're there.
I agree.
You've gone satisfactorily above average at that point.
You're literally just running circles every year, like a
Yeah.
victory lap.
Yeah. If you're single digits away from triple digits, you've made it. You're good.
Yes.
Interesting. That is just very bizarre.
What about Vladimir Putin isn't bizarre?
Fair point. Fair point.
This man literally breaks all rules of logic. How old is he?
Putin, he's got to be in his 60s.
68.
Yeah, that checks out.
He's,
He's not especially young.
No, but he's at the age where he's still damn scary.
Oh, for sure. Apparently, it was released in 2004.
Damn.
So he would have been, what was he doing at that time? What does his Wikipedia say? Oh, he was president at the time.
Oh.
He wrote a damn book while he was in office.
Again, running circles. Wait a
Apparently,
second.
Ireland's population has passed 5 million for the first time since the Great Hunger.
Take that, Britain.
Can't keep them down.
No, you can't. Once they learn to farm their own potatoes, you are screwed. I'm just saying the Irish should rebel again. Did I tell you I'm a quarter Irish?
It sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm a quarter Irish, so I gotta, represent. It's actually one of those weird things where my parents are like both an eighth Irish, so that makes me a quarter Irish apparently.
Huh. It's interesting. I'm not sure how that works.
I don't remember. It's just how the ancestry DNA thing went. I'm more Irish than my parents, and they can suck it.
Have you heard the I don't even know what to call it, the news, the story about the Afghan women girls robotics team and everything that's come out of that?
No, please do tell.
So there was a team of girls from Afghanistan that were participating in a robotics tournament, which was pretty much notable purely because they were women that were traveling globally to participate in women's educational, STEM competition.
Yeah.
From what I understand at the time, they didn't do particularly exceptionally. It was just that they were able to do it at all that was noteworthy. And
yeah.
with the U.S. pulling out of Afghanistan, individuals involved with that, in particular the girls themselves, were at risk or feared to be at risk of potential retaliation because of the Taliban's past stances. And there's some articles going around about a Harvard mom that helped them get out of Afghanistan because they had gotten out. And this woman had gone on TV, on the normal daily TV show, Today Show type circuits, talking about it as if she had done the legwork to get these people out, until this past week when a cease and desist order was filed by a lawyer representing an international non-governmental organization, telling her to stop talking about it because apparently she had no part in it at all and was just riding on the publicity coattails, and her going on all of these interviews was getting to the point where it was starting to put their own operations like actively at risk.
Oh my god.
Isn't that great?
No,
So
but
a
go
wonderful
on.
person.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It's just like, wow, good job, person. You really showed him who's boss.
Yes. What else do we have to talk about today?
Excuse me.
Yes.
I was coughing.
Well, don't cough.
I'm trying not to.
Like, suppress the COVID into your system. Make it a part of you.
I don't have COVID. I'm just bad at drinking and eating, so I choke a lot.
You know, I just have to gag myself every time I eat just so I don't die. Perfectly normal.
Wait, you mean I'm not supposed to breathe this pop in?
You... Knowing you, that's a little too close to home, man. You okay?
No, I'm good.
Sure about that, bro?
I'm good for now.
Are you well hydrated, homie?
Not especially.
I know. Someone send my man some water.
You'll have to waterboard me to get me to consume it.
Oh my god. There are fucking children in Africa who get less and get more water than this man.
I have plenty of water. It's just in a carbonated form.
That's not right. That is not how God intended.
In fairness, I'm usually pretty well hydrated, honestly.
Are you really?
Carbonated water isn't as good for you as regular water, but when you drink enough of it in like the stuff that I drink, it legitimately balances out to the point where I'm not dehydrated almost ever.
I remember
like water is of course just better for you in your kidneys, but like from the perspective of dehydration, I'm totally fine.
Okay, when I was young, like I want to say this was before I gave up soda because the story revolves around me drinking soda.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be around 15 because 15 is when I stopped drinking soda. So I was like 15, 14-ish range. I would drink so much Coca-Cola that my piss would come out clean.
Yep.
Yeah. Terrible.
It's kind of, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Kids, don't do that. I gave up soda, by the way, so, you know, just, stay hydrated, homies. Coconut water is also very good for you. Should we just have an exercise episode where I give fitness tips? I will go full on Richard Simmons. Nobody's listening to me right now.
I'm hearing you. I mean, if it's up to you, homie. You know.
Yo, exercise ASMR. That's what I'm going to do. Like Richard Simmons.
Exercise ASMR. Oh no.
Okay, everybody. Today on Exercise ASMR, we're going to do some push-ups. We're going to go up and we're going to go down. Up and down. Now we're going to do this 25 times in a row. Let's work it, girl. Up. 1 and down. Up. 2 and down. See, we're already about 1/14 of the way. Up and down.
This isn't especially relaxing, if I'm honest.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'd also feel like, okay, I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
I am not a person who would be targeted by ASMR stuff. It's just not my thing. But I have the feeling if you were trying to go for that audience, heavy breathing might be a better route.
Okay, we're going to jog now today, everybody. Ready? Set.
I'm not ready. No.
Go.
See, that just sounds fake.
Well, damn, man. Okay.
You gotta get one of those like $10,000 ear things that all the good ASMR streamers have. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I do not. There's actual money that goes into making an ASMR video.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Because there's these things.
Oh no.
They're meant for like audio testing. and they're supposed to more accurately simulate the acoustics of the human ear. But that hasn't stopped
What the
weirdly
fuck?
successful ASMR streamers from buying them and using them in weird ways.
I should just sell out and do ASMR.
Yeah,
Yo, what's the
if
most
you're good at it, there's some money. These things are expensive though.
what
Like, take a guess what this one is. The one I sent you. Take a guess what that costs.
800?
Yeah, it's $700.
Oh, get me on the Price is Right.
And this is like the cheap ones. The good ones are like in the tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I have to look this up now. Of course, there's Spider-Man ASMR. Give me a franchise, and I will see if there's an ASMR on it.
God, I don't even know. Got me on the spot now.
Yeah.
Let's do like, do you want something more obscure or like just to like put it to the limits?
Put me to the limits.
All right, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Oh my god, it autocorrects to it.
Like,
90s
I'm just gonna
Time
say it,
Machine
there's a
Buffy
lot of weird people
ASMR.
out there.
Oh my gosh.
There's some weird shit.
ASMR, Buffy and Fate take care of you. Buffy the Vampire Slayer roleplay.
It's terrible. I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed.
Oh god, I just have ASMR in my Google thing and it just says ASMR librarian flirty.
Yeah, I hope you used incognito or else you're fucked.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Oh, dude,
You're
remember
done. Your search history is gone.
remember when I showed you that Pokemon ASMR?
Yeah.
There's official Pokemon ASMR out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Did we talk about the new Pokemon game?
No, we did
I don't
not.
remember.
But can we put it on hold for this new video I found?
Yeah.
Pokemon scientist examines you. You are Mewtwo. Whisper ASMR.
It's terrible.
Dude, I just need to be a cute girl and just like sell out. The worst part about my life is the male privilege of knowing I can't just sell out. Okay,
So I'll say,
yeah.
I know that there is a perception that is that way, but let me see if it's changed. If you look up the top streamers, it's very consistently men.
Oh my god. I typed in Kanye West ASMR.
Oh, I'm sure that only had good results.
ASMR for sleep, gum chewing, and whispering Kanye West facts. ASMR whispering Kanye tweets. Yes. Down for that. Okay. Yeah. So go on about Twitch.
So how far do you think you have to go into the Twitch rankings to find a Twitch channel that is not a company or not a company or like a political campaign, not like that. So I'm specifically ruling out AOC.
Yeah.
So list of the top streamers by average viewers over their last 15 streams. Not a company. How far do you have to go down before you get someone? I don't even know if this is actually a woman, just someone that has a woman as the profile picture. From what I can tell, based on my complete lack of knowledge.
3 pages.
So this is, I don't have my page. This is just like number rankings.
Oh, at least low 100s.
So the first one that I'm seeing is number 54. The next one is 54 might just be it's a weird stretched picture, so I can't really oh, Shroud is number 103, so no, I'm gonna assume that's something else.
Batcave Ambiance ASMR.
Ambiance, that's terrible. Michael Reeves is number 147. What the fuck? I would not have guessed that. Nintendo Reeves is a more popular Twitch streamer than Nintendo.
That sounds about right.
Uh, so I'm coming up on 200 here, and I've still not seen any. I guess no, that's just Hololive. That's a company.
I don't think it's more about
There we go.
the
Pokimane, 185.
okay. I was going to say it's
So
not so much about the popularity as much as it is about just making the money.
yeah, I don't know. I'm curious if there's a. This is by see peak viewership. If there's any changes? Not really. It's all pretty much the same.
Jeff Bezos ASMR.
I'm sure it exists.
Yeah. No, I just typed it in and it exists.
What doesn't, right?
Yeah. Oh my god. People need to stop. Jareth ASMR. The Goblin King accosts you. Labyrinth ASMR. Leather sounds. Gravity Ball.
Yep.
This is too far, man.
We live in the worst timeline.
Did you know Disney has official ASMR?
I don't doubt it. There's money to be made, right? Disney's gonna go in for that.
Hell yeah, dude. High school musical ASMR.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, and it didn't even get that far, man.
Yeah.
The gay subtext of High School Musical, Chad and Ryan are in love, ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to get out of the ASMR hole because I have yet to find the limits. Each Radiohead album described in ASMR. I'm done. Show's over, ladies and gentlemen. I'm dead inside.
Rock bottom.
Whoa.
Hey, did you hear about the new Magic the Gathering Secret Lair?
No?
Do you want to take a guess? It's a crossover.
Okay.
Any guesses?
It's got to be another Wizard of the Coast property. So
Nope.
no?
Nope, not a Wizard of the Coast property.
Spirited Away.
No, way less classy. Like think of like I don't know. So I'll just say it. It's Fortnite. They announced a Fortnite crossover. Yeah, it's been the general response.
Okay, are we going to talk about...
They went and full jumped the shark.
I was about to say, are we going to talk about MLK in Fortnite?
Oh yeah, we probably should.
Martin Luther King did not fight for this.
You mean he didn't fight to have a video of himself put into a children's video game so that Rick Sanchez can dab in front of him?
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
I found it really bad. What the fuck? Somehow my ASMR journey got me to Wario dies in the bombing of Hiroshima while eating spicy curry.
I still love the Wario dies in a car crash one.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen that?
No, I'm too scared. Dude,
is that the original?
I know we were talking about our individual YouTube channels and how I was underperforming compared to you, but let me tell you this straight up, man.
Performance anxiety.
I'm going to ASMR the hell out of all this.
Oh, there you go. I mean, it's free money.
Free money.
This is the Dreams version.
Okay. Oh my god.
I'm sure it'll be based on the same thing.
Dreams is a perfect shithole collection. Shit post collection.
It is. It's remarkable.
Oh my god.
Wait, did they use the Fallout Batman? I'm pretty sure that's the Fallout Fat Man sound effect for when the bomb hits.
Oh my gosh.
That is so much bass. Holy shit. It's funny. Yeah, it's great shit posts. It's really good.
Yeah. ASMR Ben Shapiro puts you to sleep with facts and logic.
The other secret that they announced is a Street Fighter crossover.
I can get
So,
behind that.
yeah, it's actually pretty cool. They released the art that will be used for Chun-Li, and it's really good. It's just clean art.
Real question right here with Fortnite and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Why did they decide to put Martin Luther King Jr. in Fortnite?
I don't know. I assume it was well intentioned. You know, it is very much a way to easily make direct contact with the demographic that they must be going for with it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they considered the optics aspect of it that would inevitably come with it.
Well, I mean, when you build so much of your game on corporate like sellout isms,
Yeah.
and you actually try doing something of actual value, of course it's going to be deliberately ironic.
Yep. Apparently, this is actually some news. Officially, according to the U.S. government on Monday, the U.S. has ended the 20-year war in Afghanistan with its final evacuation flights out of Kabul. The president
Finally.
is expected to address the nation tonight, or this
Yeah.
afternoon, Tuesday afternoon. So, Marine Corps General Kenneth McKenzie said that there were no Americans on the last 5 flights out of Kabul. Interesting.
Everybody, meet me outside for a smoke. We all deserve it.
Yeah. Ugh, I don't want to get into it this one right now, but it's just so many mixed feelings.
Yeah.
Like the TLDR, I guess, is just good. Glad that it's over, but wish they could have done it different. You know,
At what
but
cost?
you know, at this point, it's far too late. They should have done something like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
But short of doing the right thing, just ripping off the band-aid and getting it done is better than doing nothing, which was seemingly the alternative that was presented.
Well, we can't spend actual money, don't you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait till we invade Africa next.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting money on that, by the way.
Oh, how much money?
$1.
$1. Okay.
Yep. And I'll even go with another dollar added that it's Sudan.
Sure. I'll put down a $5 to charity that it is which one is it? I got Ethiopia.
Ethiopia?
Yep.
Okay. I like how we're actually putting money on this.
Yeah, like actual money, go to a good cause.
We're
I'm gonna
terrible
say
people.
Ethiopia is the next strategic U.S. military deployment.
Okay, why do you choose Ethiopia?
They currently have an ongoing civil war that's not going in the favor of the Ethiopian government.
Oh, fair enough. That's kind of similar to why I chose Sudan. Sudan had a giant civil war and they kind of never really recovered that much.
Mm-hmm.
And their main export is oil.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Look at us being politically uh literate.
That's about all I have. I do have one other thing. So um I have been thinking critically about my own food consumption lately, particularly as it relates to like meat products,
Yeah.
because of just how shitty the production of meat products is, at least in the US. And I'll say, for one thing that I've started doing is looking particularly at fast food places. Chipotle, their sofritas, is actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's not at all a meat substitute, but just as its own thing, it kind of has like a mildly spicy Spanish rice kind of feel to it, and it's
Uh,
pretty good.
hmm.
Just as like its own thing.
Last night, my girlfriend and I ate Red Lobster.
Mm-hmm. How was
Red,
it?
it was Red Lobster.
Yeah.
It was unlimited shrimp night, and I got a second helping of shrimp because obviously you got to do that in unlimited
Of
shrimp
course.
night.
You can't not.
Yeah, and it took a half an hour to get that second helping of shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
I was sad.
Tragic. It is completely unsurprising, but still I find interesting seeing the continued fallouts of companies refusing to pay their employees a fair wage.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
So my phone provider is Verizon.
Yeah.
Has been for a long time. Same, I'm on technically the same plan as my rest of my family is to get the reduced rates.
Mhm.
And my mom had to upgrade her phone because her old one no longer supported certain two-factor authentication measures. And the phone that she got shipped broken. The screen was cracked out of the box.
Nice.
So she had to go back to try and get it replaced. But the Verizon store in Battle Creek isn't open anymore because Verizon in the area can't find enough employees to keep two locations open. So they only have the location in Portage.
Nice.
Yeah.
My store is having people walk out in the middle of their shifts right now because they just can't
I
stand.
don't believe it.
Yeah. We had two people running the store.
Or sorry, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I do believe it.
We had two people running the store for our whole night the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Just two people in the whole store.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're gonna pay people a fair wage, because there was a really good point that I saw someone bring up. All places Twitter is that there seems to be this corporate mentality that people would rather work for something than nothing,
What?
and that's not true.
Yeah.
People, because it's like a false equivalency, oh, minimum wage is better than nothing isn't true because you're comparing being paid and doing a job to not being paid and still doing the job when the actual alternative is not being paid and doing whatever the hell you want.
Not to mention
Who
your
would have guessed people are picking something else other than being paid shit for doing a whole fuckload of work and not being respected?
Well, also, dude, they're competing against unemployment rates that are pretty good at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
It's like the next wave of the what are the millennials killing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is companies find out you pay your employees a fair wage and people will actually want to work for you.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
I mean, my new job's paying me a pretty fair wage. I'm not gonna lie. A wink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm personally happy to continue to am because I'm being paid fairly for my skills, and they don't treat me like shit like other places I've worked.
I'm just saying you deserve to be treated like shit at WOCR, Cairo.
That wasn't what I was talking about, but fair enough.
You were the only non-communications major there. We had to take our anger out on somebody.
I mean, that's fair.
Worst job you've ever had? Go.
Best Buy.
Best Buy.
And it wasn't because it was like the pay was actually kind of decent. It was just I'm not big on like sales culture in general.
Oh, dude, I hate sales culture.
The idea that I would have to try to encourage someone, because I'm personally someone who is particularly knowledgeable, like just by my own choice with tech. The idea that I would have to be put in a situation where I would have to recommend somebody something because it costs more or is technically better rather than something that like they would actually use isn't a position that I wanted to be myself in, even if Best Buy themselves, just, for clarity, Best Buy is very clear that they would not want to do something like that. But I would still, with the way that they measured metrics, because they still measure sales and all that kind of stuff, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It didn't sit right with me. So I eventually left.
I don't blame you. Okay, you know what I really hate? Job interviews where they're like, sell me this pencil.
Yeah, I've never had one like that, thankfully.
Well,
but
like,
yeah, no, that would be really shitty.
yeah, dude, like, how am I going to get you to sell you a pencil? You know? Unless I break everything else and you're like,
I was gonna say that was gonna be my thought, is just take all of the other pens and pencils they have.
yeah, dude, that's literally the American way.
Yeah.
That is literally the American way. You're just too spoiled with your other writing utensils. That's a deep cut reference to something that happened this week.
Mm-hmm.
Kids deserve to eat food. I'm just saying they're not going to be spoiled if you give kids food. Yeah. What I think my least favorite job I ever had wasn't Tim's Pizza, but a pizza joint that I previously worked at during college. Tim's Pizza, respectable.
Yeah.
Other place I worked, not so respectable. Well, okay, it was like respectable for like the first 3 weeks I worked there, and then they changed owners, and the new owner was kind of a dick.
Yep. That was definitely the vibes I got from talking with you.
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of Tim's. They put up with a lot of shit, and they make good food still.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw what Conroy and I were talking about the other day with Tim's. My heart goes out to Tim's Pizza.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. If you're ever in the Olivet area, Tim's Pizza makes a decent pizza.
Yep, I highly recommend their cheese sticks. They are next level.
Yeah.
They're very good.
This man would eat a whole thing of cheese sticks in the library as he was preparing for an exam.
No, not even like, no shame. I wouldn't even order pizza. I would just get a big fucking thing of cheese sticks and just eat that.
I know this because I took his order. You thought I forgot, Kyrol, but no, I remember.
No, I've got no shame in it. They're good cheese sticks. I will say, though, I may have had one of the best pizzas I've ever had this last week.
Where?
Local place in Portage,
Okay.
Bilbo's.
Okay.
Been around, like, literally a generational place. They've been around long enough that my dad ate there when he went to college at Western 40 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
That's kind of rad.
Normally, I only get just cheese pizza there because that's just my default, my preference.
Yeah.
But I was, thinking like, all right, I'm gonna try something else just for the hell of it. And they have a pizza called Dragon's Feast because it's Bilbo's themed, of course.
Yes.
Like Lord of the Rings. This pizza has. Oh, I lost the picture. I took a picture of the menu, but it has pepperoni, ham, sausage, and hickory smoked bacon. It was really fucking good. Hit a really nice mix of the different flavors just working well together between like the sort of sweetness from the hickory smoke and the spiciness, but I would highly recommend it. So
let that be your lesson for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Portage.
Buy a damn pizza. Pizza's good.
Pizza's good.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. So is that the show? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I've been the infamous Orion, and I've been a Schmo.
I'm Kyrol, and I've been a Schmo.
And this is been just a very long advertisement for G Fuel. Get a G Fuel, dude. What's wrong with you?
Caffeinate yourself.
Damn straight. Stay hydrated, homies. On G Fuel.